Get in, nerds. We are playing Burden of Command. We are still in the process of taking the Hotel Miramar in Fedala, and I'm going to see if taking that spot ends the battle. Can I avoid opportunity attacks by creeping? I don't think so. So let's get in there. Before I do that, I'm going to take shots at this enemy leader once again with this machine gun, because having them suppressed is going to be really useful to me.
Fire!
That's okay. You can be undaunted. I will daunt you with this machine gun. Oh, we're using up their orders at least.
Get the BA on.
That's good. Alright, now. Hope we make it. Alright. The lights of the hotel burn bright, driving out the shadows of the morning. The Hotel Miramar was the finest hotel in Fedala. Naturally, the Germans occupied it. Postcard image courtesy of Luke Hughes. The squad moves into position. A squat little car exits the nearby motorway and speeds down the road. Morris and Patterson snap their rifles up and open fire, but the car beetles round the corner and, tires squealing, disappears from sight. The rumble of the car's engine draws you and your men towards the hotel's attached garage. Storm inside, step in loudly and clear my throat, chuck a grenade in. Hander Hawk! Boy, I hope that means surrender. I could look it up on Google on Google Translate, but that just seems like cheating. Hander Hawk! All goes silent inside the garage. A moment later, a German captain steps out and waves a civilian fedora as if it were a surrender flag. Through the doorway, you can see a small crowd of others in field gray uniforms. Very well. I've come out with my handers high. Oh, hands up. That's what it means. The man notes in guttural... Very well. I come out with my handers high. The man notes in guttural English. You are all prisoners. Who are you? Are you the Armistice Commission? Stare at him. Are you the Armistice Commission? They were until just recently, he notes. A small shake of his head follows. I am Staff Doctor Alfred Buchwald. And as Stabsarts, I carry the rank of captain. Will you come quietly? Funny, I knew a Buchwald back home. I need you to pass over any weapons you may have. Just move things along. I don't think you're taking this seriously, Doc. Alright. I need you to pass over any weapons you have. We have a few pistols, but anything larger than our baggage, which was supposedly been loaded into autos, Lieutenant Buchwald explains. An oversight on our part. Will you come quietly? Are there other options? Alright, let's just move things along. I don't want to be fraternizing with the enemy right here. Not when they haven't properly surrendered yet. A white-haired officer coughs. Captain Buchwald turns to find the older man with an intricate and sheathed dagger in hand, a weapon that better belongs in a museum. Ah, Colonel von Werner surrenders formally, Captain Buchwald indicates as he turns back to you. He does this because he's a patient undergoing treatment in my care. Hopefully you will not lock us in a dungeon or pass us over to the French. Are the people around here upset at you? Dungeon or the French? Accept the dagger. Accept the dagger. Oh, do I ask if they're upset or... Sir? Sir. There's something wrong with your hand, sir. What in heck is that? What is with this fella? Is there a situation going on over here? Weird. We got some artifacting in here. We've got the citation right here, so... That's weird. That's very weird. I don't know what to make of this. There's part of me that wonders if the colorization was done with AI, but that just seems... I don't know. That doesn't seem like something you wouldn't... Well, anyway, I don't need to worry about that. Are the people around here upset at you? Accept the dagger. Are the people around here upset at you? That seems like a useful thing to know. No, let's accept the dagger. We're being professional about this. Captain Buchwald offers over a respectful nod as you take the token of surrender. Now then, shall we discuss the logistics of he begins to say, but a cough from his superior halts those words. Buchwald clears his throat. We surrender! One by one, the Germans relinquish their compact little pistols. This looks very colorized by AI. God, look at this. Oh, man. Alright, well, alright, so they didn't do such a great job with some of these. Maybe we'll switch over to non-colorized mode later on. Your men take up positions as they escort the unarmed Germans out into the street. The older ones, pushing 60 and change, can barely manage an even stride. Do not think we Germans are all such as this, Dr. Captain Buchwald says. We are a race of warriors. Your battles against us would not be such easy victories. After only 2 blocks of marching, a white-haired prisoner grips his side in evident agony. Shells rumble overhead. The house across the street explodes. You are slammed to the ground. Before you can think to blink, a wave of choking dust engulfs everything. You lurch back to your feet in fresh agony. Lieutenant Wilson staggers over. His uniform is covered in fine white powder and there's blood in his sleeve. Those are from our guns, he somehow shouts above the ringing in your ears. The Navy's laying out a bombardment. We've got to get clear. A glance toward the captured Germans finds the old men sprawled all over. They aren't going to be going anywhere in a hurry. We took them. We can't leave them there. Our mission. Prisoners can be recaptured except to draw. Lieutenant Wilson, deal with the prisoners. Oh man, no, I can't just fob this off on Lieutenant Wilson. Take the prisoners. You bark the order to your men. Your men try to force the Germans to their feet, but the older men are as limp as rag dolls. So your men start to drag them. After a few yards, the prisoners get the hint, and once they get going, blind desperation does the rest. Everyone just wants to get clear. The mission: escape the town. The men suffer no more than light casualties.
Withdraw!
Yeah, okay. Alright. I figured we were going to be put in an awful position. Alright, so alright, so how do we deal with this?
On your right, on your right!
I think we get Lieutenant Murphy into this unit. Oh, wait, hold on. No, I need to be more careful with his activates, because I didn't plan for this. Can I assault and destroy this unit? No, I cannot. Withdraw toward this area. Oh, that's really different. Okay. Get the prisoners out. If you do not get the withdrawal bark, then move around a little more. Alright, that's fine. So I've got 2 more activations here. So I think I activate this unit, suppress this unit, and that's all. What does this shooting look like? It looks alright. If I activate this unit,
Stay on line!
how does an assault against this MG look? Kinda insane. What about against this unit? Not great either. Are we currently in cover right now? Yes. Alright, so let's shoot at and suppress this unit.
Take cover!
Alright, took a little suppression. Ooh, took more suppression than I would like to have taken. This unit needs to get into action. Alright, if we assault here... This is bananas. Let's do it. Oh, this could be a terrible mistake. Go crazy!
Run for it!
Nice! Oh, Oh, got him surrendered. Alright, and flanked. Alright. Ugh, took a casualty. Okay, and there's shells coming down. Interesting. Alright, so... Now. Oh, gosh. Okay, can't do that. Let's head into the building. And change... Let's shoot at this unit. Nope, let's not. Let's change facing. Let's point upward. Alright. Murphy's turn's over. I've got to get this machine gun dealt with. Let's shoot at it. They'll be flanked. And then we'll face north to be looking at this unit. Then, on Lieutenant Wilson's turn, he'll be able to grab this machine gun, and then the southern part of the town will be good to go. After that, we take a turn to regroup, and then... This'll have to do.
Shit.
I didn't do it. Ah, you lily-livered. Get him! Yes!
Leg it!
Alright. The south area is secure. Oh, I could really use a captain. Oh, I could really use a captain right now. Alright. That's the end of the turn. So they rallied. That's not a shocker. I can drop them with my MG. Oh, the MG is low on morale. Oh, I don't like that the MG's low on morale. Alright. So, first things first.
Shift fire.
We'll continue to shoot at them with the MG.
Fire!
On your right. On your right.
Next, this squad. What does an assault look like? An assault is not possible right now. Is an assault just impossible? Sure hope not. Alright, we're going to take a risk here. Oh boy, the town is coming down around us. Alright. Take out this unit.
Shit!
Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, I needed that not to happen. Ah, that's okay. That's okay. Alright, first let's get Lieutenant Murphy up here. And we'll rally this unit.
Let's get going!
This was a mistake. No. It could have worked. It could have worked. It's fine. Anyway. It's going to be Wilson next. He's got to self-rally and rally himself and his squad, and that's just the only plan we've got.
Go slow.
Because... So the enemy's going to have a little bit of leeway this turn, and we'll hope they don't get our... Oh, they bailed. Did they bail? They bailed? Did I do it? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out if this was a giant mistake. I didn't see them go anywhere. So that's good. So the first question is, Yeah, okay, those guys are going slow. So first things first. Not great.
Keep your heads down.
And this unit's borked on morale. Boy, I hope we don't need to get the entire company such as it is over there, because I wonder if we can win by just taking out all the enemy units. That doesn't seem likely because of this whole bombardment situation. So, let's start with Lieutenant Wilson. Lieutenant Wilson, get up into this unit. Yeah, I recognize the urgency of the shelling, but also, like, if we're going to get this whole situation dealt with... Alright, let's get these units up here.
Run! Run!
Now, what does an assault look like? The enemy's got a lot of morale, so that's probably not going to work out the way I would hope. Let's instead work on getting Lieutenant Wilson's squads up into the action and ready to support. So first this squad. Boy, that's a lot of shells coming down. And then... Oh, jeepers! All right, so you weren't bluffing here. These are real shells, and they can actually land on my units. Okay, okay, settle down, settle down. All right, I think the answer is... Let me bring this squad up.
Hustle!
And we bring them here. And then finally, Lieutenant Wilson's other squad just takes shots here. So that should deal them some suppression, and then during Lieutenant Murphy's turn, our excellent assault specialists might be able to get in there, and if not, then that is what it is. Let's see what the enemy does. Alright. Did they bail? I don't think they bailed. That's weird. Alright, so first... I can get Lieutenant Murphy into this squad up here. And I think that's the right call. So first... If I bolster this squad, does that increase their movement?
No
it should.
speeches today. Get this done.
Yes. Alright, do I make a break for it or do I stay in cover? I think I make a break for it. I've got the 2 movement points.
Up and at 'em, ladies. Keep going.
Now, previously in this game, squads have gotten Squads that have gotten where they need to go squads having gotten where they need to go has ended the mission. This is... So, I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna bolster this unit, leaving myself completely out of command points, but getting me firmly into the evac zone, and that might end the scenario.
Teach Frenchie a lesson!
Alright, that did not end the scenario. Alright, it was worth it to find out. Okay, so I need to get my entire unit, including this MG, over there, which is going to be a real headache. Alright, well, can't see the enemy. Let's see what they do this turn. Alright, no news from the enemy. Let's just get this MG going as fast as they can. Yep, shells are coming down.
We gotta get out.
Alright, so this game does do surprise the scenario is not over things, which is fine. Completely reasonable. So that unit has moved to the greatest extent it can. And next we're just dealing with Lieutenant Murphy's units right now. I got 4 more activations. This unit... Can I... Gosh, I don't really know how to deal with that situation. I might need to hustle Lieutenant Murphy over there and rally them, because they can't move forward right now. Alright, so let's get this unit moving forward. Yep, alright.
Run! Run!
And we'll keep them running along the road.
We ain't done yet.
Now I want to keep 1 point active so that I can move this unit, but after this, I think we're going for Lieutenant Wilson. So, Lieutenant Murphy, first head for this unit. Oh, units are actively withdrawing here. Alright, so they're disappearing off the map. Alright, that is good to know. And this unit, I think this unit is one of them. No, this unit's the one here. Okay. Alright, so I think we continue to move so that I can get the rest of my units. Alright. I'm saving 1 point, because it's going to be Wilson's turn next. So. Oh boy, I hope I'm not making a giant mistake here. Alright, it seems like the French have withdrawn. Oh, I'm really hoping the French have withdrawn. You know, we'll stay low. For now. I've got plenty of time here, so I'm not in a hurry.
Come on already.
Faster, damn it!
Alright. This is looking good. This is looking just fine. And then Lieutenant Wilson himself and his squad, obviously. We'll send them through just as fast as we can. It seems like this area is free of enemy units at this point, so We'll just head on, stay in cover as
Stay together.
needed. And then we'll end that section so that we can activate Lieutenant Murphy's final unit and get them the heck out of Dodge. Okay, they're going really slowly, but that's okay. That's okay, we can do this. These guys can't get moving forward yet, but that's okay. Alright, 4 turns left. We're gonna have to activate. We're gonna have to spend 2 to rally this machine gun. That's okay. That's what we've got to do.
We gotta get out.
Yep, I hear you. Am I acting as a captain right now? No, I am not. Alright. Yep, alright. Alright, 105mm cannon.
You know how this goes.
Alright, so that costs that MG their whole turn. We'll keep this MG moving as fast as we can. Yep. Yep. It is what it is.
Come on! We'll regroup!
Alright, Lieutenant Murphy's got 1 go left. So let's actually press this MG to get them going. Oh no, they've all... Yeah. Yes.
We'll get these Frenchies!
Why can't you move? Why can't you move? You don't need to withdraw. Okay, alright. So this unit just can't move. I made a mistake there. Alright, that's okay. Should have been more conscientious, because I'm still going to need to get this unit out. We'll pass it over to Lieutenant Wilson to get his units the heck out of Dodge.
Come on, you sumbitches!
This MG is Lieutenant Wilson's. Interesting. I think I might have made a mistake with that. I think I made a mistake with that. And I can't take command because I don't have a captain. Alright, well, this turn was not perfectly orchestrated. Let's wait till next turn. Actually, Lieutenant Wilson's got some movement left.
I'm not losing any more boys today.
If I put him in here, I can rally this unit. No available chain of command. Okay, alright. Well, fine then. You can bolster them. Invalid target. Okay. Can you at least press them? No. Alright, well, it was a good idea. Get back into cover. Alright, well, next time. Alright. Yeah, 3 turns left. Alright, so. Alright, we can get going here now. So, bolster.
No speeches today! Get this done!
And we'll get these fellas going as fast as we can. Yep.
Leg
Let's
it!
go already.
Alright. This unit will get going as fast as we can. Crosley continues to haul the naval 30 cal forward despite the crash and boom of naval fire. It is a question how long he will last out there. He may need his firepower longer. Later, Crosley will continue to move up. Or he can't keep up, have him drop it. Crosley will return to his platoon first squad. First platoon gains plus 10 XP. Alright, he can't keep it up, have him drop it. Alright, beautiful. So that's what's needed.
Run for it!
So maybe that's just going to get his unit out completely. We're going to find out. Once these shells are done sorting themselves out. Okay, nope, that unit's still there. Maybe they'll disappear next round. Alright, this unit needs to get going as fast as they can. Wilson seems to have
Waiting on you, ladies!
gotten his rear in gear already. So let's go ahead and press this. No, can't press him. Right, because that one's technically Wilson's unit. Alright, so that's going to be the end of this turn. I'm going to put Murphy in this squad for now and see how that goes. And that'll be the end of the go. Alright, yep, 2 turns left, I'm aware. Alright, so that squad successfully withdrew. This 30 cal
Run!
is on their way.
We gotta get out.
Alright, perfect. And Lieutenant Murphy is... okay, so this squad did successfully disappear. I don't have any more squads in the backfield. So let's keep moving. Man, anyone who's played a Legionary's life will know that keeping soldiers the heck together is a big part of being an officer. Distant thunder booms as your men leave the town behind. Alright, that's a success. The men, major victory. The mission, major victory. Very light casualties, all Germans captured. Heck yes. Oh, that's a good chunk of prestige to play with. Wonderful. Oh, no one out of action, sir. Continue with the story. That might have been an entire episode, but let's do more narrative stuff before we're out here, because you can't, if you exit here, bad things happen if you're trying to record it. So continue with the story. It is barely morning and the day is already chaos. Mission, major victory. Secured the hotel before turn 9, kept the prisoners. Men, major victory, casualties less than 10%. Amid the chaos, you lead 1st Platoon to the outskirts of the town. Nearby, Private Morris absently runs a finger along a fresh seam in his helmet where shrapnel creased the steel. After a moment, he lets out a low whistle at what might have been. Private Patterson wipes at a cut on his friend's ear. The blood is as red as the rising sun. They damn near missed you. I was lucky. We were all lucky. Private Morris replies with a chuckle that becomes a wince as another salvo of rounds pound the town. All 1st Platoon is accounted for, your trust +5. Heck yes. More rounds slam into the town. A fresh wave of dust roils out. Your soldiers take cover on the other side of the low stone retaining wall as they gulp down heated breaths. Private Adams tries to swig from a canteen, but vomits it right back up. No one mocks him for it. False thunder crescendos as the U.S. Navy blasts its brass. The bevy of Germans are led away under heavy guard. Their war is over. A soft electric click tickles your ear as Harris, your radio man, fervently tries to contact anyone, to lift the bombardment. No one is listening or else the radio got busted up. Nearby, Sergeant Grant speaks quietly with Private Burnell, whose eyes are wide and hands are locked into fearful white-knuckled fists. Try to get the radio working, extra prestige. Even chance to eventually gain 1 prestige. Talk to the men, even chance to get trust +10. Consider the platoon, even chance to get +1 loyalty. I just got a whole boatload of prestige. Consider the platoon. I'm going to go for the loyalty. The important thing is that the men do not dwell upon what just happened. You need to keep moving until memory ceases to bleed. Second platoon passes nearby, and among them is Lieutenant Wilson guiding a dust-covered Corporal Crosley. All of second platoon squads accounted for, Wilson's trust +5. Heck yes. Easy now, son, Lieutenant Wilson says as he helps Crosley down behind cover. The lieutenant uncorks his canteen afterward and methodically pours the contents over the corporal's eyes, slowly clearing them of grime until the big soldier can open them once more. Thanks, sir, Corporal Crosley says in evident relief. Thanks. Just keep at it, Lieutenant Wilson answers as he passes the canteen over to the corporal. He catches your eye and nods toward a stretch of wall well away from the others. We were lucky, Wilson says. A few scratches, but no real casualties while getting out. I saw a whole bunch of locals who didn't. Wilson draws in a deep breath. You know he's about to curse the Navy, and he does not disappoint. Starting small and building outwards, his English merges with sharp French, then gallops over to what sounds like German or very drunk Russian, before ending on sharp Chinese. Eventually, though, he runs out of both breath and invective. Discuss things like an officer, take a softer line, fewer mindset options available. Or, talk to him like soldiers do. Employ a hard sell, more mindset options available, but you may get combat fatigue. Take a softer line. Discuss things like an officer. Employ a hard sell, take a softer line. Unclear as to what... I don't want to risk any combat fatigue. Even though I think this is probably what my character would do, but... combat fatigue, it just builds up, man. Wilson was a sergeant once. He was close to the men who have just been shelled by their own navy. His anger isn't misplaced, but it does need better direction. He has to think like an officer now. Across the way, Wilson draws in a fresh breath. Something on your mind? Sarcasm +1. That is not a happy sound. Sarcasm -1. You need to talk about this? Directness +1. Let him talk it out. Directness -1. Tell him what I think about that damn bombardment. Something on your mind, Lieutenant? A little something, Wilson says. Taking fire is one thing. It's another to take it from a friend. There's a sheaf of regs to keep this from happening. If you count the inter-service criteria, you can triple that. Could have been worse. How do we fix it? He's a veteran. Let him figure things out on his own. Could have been worse. Yeah, Wilson admits reluctantly, but it shouldn't have happened at all. We have radios now. We're not relying on runners or carrier pigeons. How do we fix this? Fix? Wilson admits and draws in a deep, calming breath. More like bandage. We can appeal through channels, but I doubt that I'd do anything other than produce a paper in Washington. A royal of smoke bows in and leaves only reluctantly. Or we could write our own, and maybe something would change. But it'd almost be better to just forget about the help from the Navy altogether. False thunder booms pointedly off the coast. Wilson stares out across the dark sea. Damn, but I'd like to grab hold of whoever ordered the fire mission and wring their neck. Well, since we can't have that, if you need an answer, I think I have one. Well, we're gonna need naval support. We can't be like those countries that have inter-service rivalries so bad their armed forces can barely function. Since we can't have that, yeah, I know. Those days are over, Wilson admits reluctantly. If you need an answer, I think I have one. Wilson looks at you as American naval guns continue to pound the unresisting town of Fedala. You should send a letter to the Navy. They'll listen. Wilson acquires the idealism mindset, +10 to his combat fatigue and +1 to his realism. Moving fast and hitting hard is the only option. Wilson acquires the zeal mindset, +20 to his combat fatigue and +1 and +2 to his realism. Idealism and zeal are both good. I'm going to go with idealism for Wilson. Maybe. If I don't do anything, then for certain nothing will happen. Naval guns continue to rumble. The tang of cordite roils over the wall and lingers despite the salty sea air. The sand beneath your boots shifts as you consider the ruddy sunrise. We better get organized, Lieutenant Wilson suggests, his eyes dark from exertion. The day's just begun. With that, he heads off to organize the platoons into something more than a mob of men who were just shelled by their own navy. You're entering your own crucible. Coping with combat is a cumulative experience. Friendly fire. Nothing friendly about that. It is one thing to be shot by an enemy, it is another to suffer it from an ally or your own unit. So, fun fact, there was talk of opening a second front in Europe for so long while the Soviets were fighting that every time the Soviet Red Army and Soviet Red Armed Forces like shot at each other accidentally and stuff like that, soldiers would joke, "It's the second front." I think that's very funny. This was a colossal screw-up. We were supposed to be a modern army. It took a lot of things to go wrong for this to happen. It took a lot of things to go wrong for this to happen. You try to imagine all the things that had to misfire in order for that barrage to hit the wrong target. It could have been started with a stack of unsorted messages, a single transposed number, or misheard command. It could be anything or nothing. Either way, the answers are beyond your reach. The hail of shells begins to lighten. Lieutenant Wilson has a good idea in trying to do what's right rather than do it as solely expedient. You have to wonder if events will always be clear-cut, though. I need to figure out how to avoid this in the future. There's no turning back time. I shall remember this. I need to figure out how to avoid this in the future. The naval gunfire finally tapers off with a final crashing salvo. A distant crackle of flame arises from the direction of the town. The scent of scorched and sand spills over the wall. Quicker action would have saved lives today. Advanced zeal. 10 combat fatigue, 1 realism. Someone in the Navy will listen to me, I swear it. Advanced professionalism. Where's the... Discipline's the one I want. Ooh, but I can advance cunning without losing anything. The Army and the Navy work together or fail alone. Advance idealism. Combat fatigue 20, realism 2. Someone in the Navy will listen to me, I swear it. Advance professionalism. Combat fatigue plus 10, realism plus 1. I'm going to advance cunning. I'd have flushed the civilians from the city. I wouldn't have did that, but it's the best option. It's not going to give me any realism or combat fatigue, and it's going to advance cunning, which is my primary. There were other more useful ways to fire in Fedala. Observers would be best, followed by aerial targeting. What they did by blind firing was the worst of all worlds, ineffective and wasteful. So that's our second big crucible. I think that was well set up. I like that. In the light of the risen sun, you examine your maps once more. Alright, and that is an episode. My nerds, I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.